Almost not. Almost not. So I want to see how good this mic is. It's windy. I'm huffing. 80 something degrees. It's nice though. It's nice. Nice clear day. A lot of bikes out today. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's kind of interesting. It's the most bikes I've ever fucking seen out. Good. Like National Bike Day or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna maybe talk a little bit about my gotta change viewpoints, which always kind of sucks because, well, I don't know if it would necessarily take away my identity in a manner of speaking, because I mean, you know, you think things aren't true. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I've always been very adamant about like weightlifting, and heavy weightlifting at that. You know, I thought I could do it all in terms of like, you know, like, oh, I can program my stuff, and I mean, all that stuff works when you have the time and the energy to recover. So a few years ago, I got, I think, one of the best shapes of my life. I was doing cardio all the time. I was doing classes at my local, you know, it was a 24-hour gym back then, but in reality it was 18-hour gym because the fuckers closed early and opened late after COVID, so that really was just like 16-hour fitness or 18-hour fitness, whatever. But, and I was weightlifting, and at the end of that journey, I did 420 squat, and I think a 375 bench, which is not my you know, lifetime PR. My lifetime PR for bench is 315. And now my lifetime PR for squat is 420. And my lifetime PR for deadlift, I think, is like 400, 405. So, I mean, respectable numbers. I mean, I definitely was breaking into some stuff there where I was like, oh, I can actually put up some serious numbers, and like, this wasn't too bad. But when I look back on it, it was life consuming in a sense, because I didn't have a girlfriend, and I was just working, and I wasn't doing, I was just working. I wasn't doing like the entirely managerial stuff yet. And as I worked into that, you know, it's a lot more work. And yeah, things like heavy weightlifting does take it out of you. I know some people are better at recovering from that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's me or if it's like they're taking something I'm not taking. They got that beet juice, whatever, but I don't know. I know that I have a girlfriend of coming to 3 years now. Beginning of next year, and then I guess 2.5. I don't know how to say it. And I got family obligations. There's dogs to take care of. You know, you got friends. You know, all that kind of stuff. It gets hard to do it all and be that strong, especially when you kind of pump the brakes sometimes. You know, I pump the brakes and then I'll change what I want to do, change my goal, and then I want to come back to something, and then This time it was a little more, I was a little more demanding of myself. I wanted to improve everything slowly over time, but I didn't realize I was not as unbreakable. No, I'm still recovering, it's fine, but just a lot of aches and pains, especially after the heavier squats and trying to load up that nervous system. I ended up, just not doing everything I need to recover, and don't feel like I have the energy or the bandwidth to do all those things too. So I'm gonna have to take a page out of some videos I've seen on YouTube and, bend the knee, as it were. I'm not as young. I got more obligations. I got 40 hours a week. I got family. So can't just be throwing up weight like I used to and feeling good. I feel good eventually, but it's just not the progression I want. Slash not the feel goodness I want now as I'm getting older. I think sometimes about the I don't know how many millennial men think about this clips from was it Blade 3 in Ryan Reynolds' training, and I don't think his training was as intense as mine, to be honest, but he has a good quote, and the good quote is, you never feel truly strong. You just feel like a truck ran over your chest until, a week later, then you're like, oh man, I do feel good. There needs to be a weak barrier between you finishing like some good training and actually feeling normal again. And trying to get out of the mindset of having to train all the friggin' time. I'm gonna have to change my perspective, as I was starting with, but from the 3, because for when I was in the best shape, I literally trained every single day for a year, and I have the video and pictures of the check-ins on my app to prove it. Not every day was super duper hard. I was still doing stuff like yoga, or doing like those little pump classes, that kind of stuff. But thinking back on that, I was lifting heavy, but I wasn't like, I don't know, I feel like that was like a minor part. I had one big day, Mondays, where it was my biggest day back then, and then throughout the rest of the week I'd do different stuff, because I would spend literally a few hours on Mondays after work, or if there's no work, just all day there essentially, because I would do, what would I do? I would come and I was doing 2 classes, I think. Yeah, I was doing 2 different classes. So I guess my biggest day wasn't even weightlifting. And now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm trying to remember, because I didn't necessarily log everything like I should have. I was just kind of feeling it and having fun, which maybe I should go back to that too. Having fun in the gym and not being so effing methodical like I was being, thinking I'm a robot that can just, the numbers go up, but that's not always what makes you feel good. Making a goal, sure, but at the same time, you want to feel good on a day-to-day basis, and cycling usually makes me feel good. So nowadays, as you can see, I do plenty of cycling, and my goals are different. You know, I'm a older man now, and you know, things I don't always have to do. I mean, I do end up doing it. I like doing it, being the strong one, doing all the heavy lifting. People look to me for that, and I appreciate that. They probably always will, no matter what happens. But no matter how many half marathons and hundreds of kilometers on the bike I do, and yada yada yada, you know. But it to me personally, it feels like a change of identity. But maybe it's more like fully realizing what I was doing back then and just having fun for myself. And I think that that maybe speaks a lot more to stuff, because I mean, I won't lie, it was a tumultuous year, but I think better things are ahead, and I want to be feeling good, looking good, being strong, doing everything I can to help those I love. So these are just thoughts in my head. So I'm thinking now I may shift all my training from stuff like, you know, the big four, which I like to call it: squat, dead, overhead press or bench / row. So changing from those things to simpler, less neurologically, you know, inducing things. You know, there's still, you know, plenty of things. I mean, bike is not as neurologically depleting as a lot of the other stuff I do, but I think it's well rewarded. You know, I recently did like 45, 50 miles, something like that, to DC and back, and you know, I took a day. I didn't even need an extra day. I did that. Yeah, basically slept and ate the rest of the day, and then just went to work the next day like it was nothing. A little sore, but honestly not as bad as some of those heavy squats I do. You know, 5x5 or 3x5. I was trying to find a sweet zone where I, you know, can progress but also recover enough to go to work and stuff. But unfortunately, it seems that's not really an option. So I'm planning to change my goals and see what I get from it. Because I mean, you know, at this point, I mean, I'm not in any kind of lifting competition. I was thinking about it at one point. You know, maybe I'll get back into it when later. But I want to focus again on my knee health, because, you know, when I squat heavy, it tightens everything up around your knee, and I have two bad knees, so to speak. You know, they're beautiful. I love them. They do everything I want more, and it helps me prove to myself and others that just because you suffered injuries, even devastating ones, it don't mean you can't push through and do things that you like. You know, I destroyed my right knee. The doctor said it looked worse than my left knee, which I obliterated also. You know, there's no meniscus in my right, probably. Barely any left. You know, the sidewall was destroyed. It has a nice curve to it now. And it bends backward all the time. I have a second stage hyperextension. said I was pretty close to like ripping everything inside and, you know, turn that thing into mincemeat. But I did not get surgery on the right knee, and feels great now. No pain. Woke up today, no pain. And I just want more days like that, because I'll wake up and, you know, your hips are tight from squatting or whatever, and, you know, I don't feel good. Hurts your knee, pulls everything on your knee, makes your knee hurt. So we'll see what happens, but my plan is to do less young man powerlifting stuff, do more bodybuilding, cardio, fun, yoga stuff. Because I was getting really good at yoga too, and I liked being a hybrid athlete. You know, I do still enjoy it. I do still consider myself a hybrid athlete. Yeah, I definitely do a lot of different opposing things, but to me, in my mind, they all kind of relate to each other in one way or another. You know, they support each other, support me doing the other thing, you know, but I want to make it easier on myself, because I end up rushing and feeling like I have to do 20 things in one day. And other than cycling, I'm going to try to start doing like at least just one thing a day. And it's okay, I get maybe 2 weightlifting, like true weightlifting days in a week that aren't super heavy, even more bodybuilding stuff versus you know, powerlifting. I know plenty of people, you know, try to advertise that. They're like, oh yeah, you can do power building and still do your job and still have kids and still do all this stuff. I just spit all over my glass. Brother, I wish I was you sometimes. Because I mean, I know I'm gonna always probably be stronger than most people, but the kind of strength I kind of want now is different, and I'm kind of trying to come to terms with that for myself. Oh, this trail got narrow. What the hell? All right, let's see. Almost there. Should be there. Should make it. Not sure what time I left. I think it was like 20 after. I'll pump up my back tire a little more before I go back. But in my head, I want to do more rock climbing. That's so much fun. It's such a true expression of strength, you know. It's It's exhilarating and fun. I'm gonna do it. I'm about to go do it now, actually. If it wasn't meeting my buddy, I was gonna try to ride my bike straight there, you know. Wow, that was awesome. I'm glad I caught that on tape. Holy shnikey. I hit my fucking head. Holy shit. I didn't wear my gloves either. Fucking hell, mate. Wow. That was nasty. Oh. Holy shit. I'm so glad I wore my fucking helmet. That's why you wear your fucking helmet, bro. Holy shit. Fuck, I should have worn my fucking gloves. It's going way too fast. Fuck. I gotta make it. Surprised the camera didn't get jacked. Oh man, my fucking calf killed me too. Someone must have hit it. Oh, but then break my fucking hand. Damn man, I just got these handlebars. Bike seems to be working okay, I guess. I guess I didn't bend my wheel or nothing. Damn, I would have got a fine ass concussion. Can't wait to see that on the Insta.